So call to order Travis County Facilities Corporation Board of Directors meeting at 10:45 a.m. Then we have a roll call.
Vice President Ann Denton.
Here.
Director Cheryl Brown.
Here.
Director Jimmy Paver. Director Wilma Roberts.
Here.
Director Christina Rosales.
We have a quorum.
Thank you very much. And for the Travis County Facilities Corporation, do we have any public forum citizen communication?
No, ma'am.
Thank you. So we have an action item, election of officers, and a resolution. So let's start with election of officers. Again, I will start by saying I think that because the Travis County Facilities Corporation we anticipate some real action and continued activity from this body. I think we should look at leadership, and I would like to see if Christine would consider chairing it. I would formally nominate to chair the Travis County Facilities Corporation.
And I nominate Cheryl Vice. Help you with the I'll put the motion to close the nominations.
Thank you. So let's take a vote. All in favor of the individuals who've been nominated, please say aye. Any opposed? All right, we've done that. So let's move to item 4B, resolution TCFC 2022-01.
Robert will be providing some context for us. The real estate committee did meet and discuss this item, so and they may weigh in as well.
Okay, I want to direct your attention to the background information. It's kind of one of the things I wanted to point out is, we started talking seriously about this deal July 8th of 2020. That's almost 2 years. That's how long these transactions take to culminate. And so we've been talking to this group for some time now. We're now to the point where we have hammered out a memorandum of understanding with the organization. I have provided you with, complete development package, as I call it, with regard to who the developer is and the product type that they are proposing. One of the things that I wanted to mention that I think is important in this particular transaction is this is workforce housing. And so 97% of the total units are either 1 bedroom or efficiency. And this property is located just south of Stasny and just north of William Cannon on South First. It is on a bus route. It would take approximately 15 minutes to get into downtown. This would be for young professionals to be able to lease, be able to use the public transportation, etc. This is being done under the ordinance, which is vertical mixed use, which allows over 60 units to the acre, which is fairly dense. This allows this transaction to go forward. Obviously, our part is to provide a property tax exemption and a sales tax exemption, which will allow the numbers to work and get the proper amount of debt and equity. We in turn are getting compensated by an origination fee, a sharing in the developer's fee, a construction administrative fee, a fee for capital events, and then at the time of sales, should that sale occur, we would get a percentage on that as well. I did want to point out that the total cost on a per unit basis is $236,000. I think that's important to note because I think I'm constantly surprised of how expensive development is getting with regard to new developments. And, that all plays into how we are going to address affordable housing going forward. I did tell the board before the end of the year that this is the only viable program that is available to do affordable housing right now. Bonds at 4% are not working, and there's two reasons. Obviously, the increased construction cost. Also, it's highly oversubscribed with the bond review board. So the chances of you getting a favorable bingo ball in the lottery is not good, and credit pricing is down. So even the people that did get a favorable bingo ball are not being able to make their deals work. So, it's a very critical time in affordable housing. And here's an attempt to do that. I think one of the things that's important to note, there's some of the things that we do that I don't think other organizations do. Number one, we require that the 80% rents be at least $200 under market. And I think that's important because 80% rents, depending on where the property is located, at some times might be at market. So the public purpose is not clear. The other thing is our bond and our 4% deals. If you're a county employee, you make over $41,000 a year. You go into a bond and a 4% deal, and you're one person. They tell you you're overqualified. And I know that's got to be disheartening to people who are trying to find affordable housing because you just make too much. And I'm sure they say, I don't think I do. And so that's why this workforce housing is so important to address what everybody coins and categorizes as the missing middle. And I think that's important for the county, for the school districts, for state organizations who their base salaries are above that level, but certainly not the level that you need to have in order to live in Austin and work in Austin. So with that, I'd like to just kind of open it up to questions that you might have, and be happy to answer those.
I have a question about those affordable set-asides. So I think I asked this, and I think you told me, but remind me again. The 5%, 50%, and 5%, 60% AMI, is that adjusted for the family size, the bedroom size?
It is. Now, this restriction was actually what they negotiated when they went to the neighborhood groups and when they went before the city of Austin in order to get the approval.
Okay.
And they felt like, and I think the negotiation was that they needed to offer that up in order to get favorable consideration.
Okay. So that's already been negotiated. There's no way to increase that because then it won't pencil out, or if there's neighborhood opposition?
Well, so it's already been negotiated in that the city approval is subject to seeing that.
Okay.
Okay, yes.
Yeah, I mean, as always, for me, the PFC deals walk the line between not fulfilling our public purpose because they're at 80%. The majority of units are 80%. AMI and any developer can do that. I'm not suggesting it's easy, but I mean, there are other people who can do that. So for us, our public purpose has, the approval for these deals for me has always been contingent on having a set aside, which then also aligns us with the county's priority on deeply affordable units. Really strong Commissioner's Court commitment to that. And so our next item on the agenda is sort of how we're going to manage that set aside. And yeah, for me, so could you sort of ballpark or help me distill from the materials what your best estimate is of revenue, and then sort of have how much would this add to the set aside?
How much would this add to us? So We will receive a $250,000 origination fee. We plan on receiving a portion of the developer's fee paid at closing, which is to be $283,000. So roughly about $500,000 at closing. Under a capital event, we would receive the balance of the developer's fee and then the $1,500 unit, which I'm sorry, I haven't calculated that, but I can quickly. That gets paid over the period of time of construction. So I would say roughly about $600,000 to $700,000 over the 2-year period.
So, then according to our own policy, at least half of that revenue would go into to our creativity around deep wave work.
That's correct.
Questions or comments? All right, so since this is an action item, right?
Yes, that is correct. So we're looking for
For
Approval of the resolution.
approval of the memorandum of understanding, entertain a motion.
I move to approve or authorize the MOU.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? That passes. All right, item 5, regular agenda, real estate development. Robert, looks like it's back to you.
Well, in the interest of time, I think we, if we should just move forward, we only have the information in the packet.
Okay, thank you. And the TCFC set aside funds. I asked for this item to be on the agenda, but I think really what we can do in the interest of time is pull together an ad hoc committee to discuss the uses and the procedures for using the set aside. I volunteer to serve on that ad hoc committee.
I volunteer as well.
Okay. Anybody else?
No, just the two. Okay, came in board and two.
Right, and now we got posted it. That's all
Yeah.
right. Okay, all right, so let's look at dates. Okay, all right,
Madam President, I don't know that did we approve the minutes actually? Did we vote
I
them?
thought,
We did.
Okay, all right, okay.
okay, anything, item 6, new and unfinished business? Hearing nothing. Item 7, motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you all. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.